Yeah, on the opening act. Stop that. Right.
That might be a bit different, but we're coming from...
No way we're talking to share all rules.
No, but it might be different as the fact they used to be. Anyway.
Stupid things to do. I just put it on the wrong line. Huh? How about that for foolishness? Right, once more into the breach, dear friends, once more. Oh, it's all gone quiet.
Thank you, everybody. Take care. I will see you again with episode 2 of Your Train Talk here on Barnabas Junction next week. Same time, same place. YouTube Tuesday. No, Your Train Talk. I still remember YouTube Tuesday. It will be back. We will be back next Thursday from 8.
Railway and not you.
But it's all come out of my pocket. So
Yeah, that's not what it's about. It's about in terms of bits that you've got for the railway.
So if I spend 80 quid, you spend no quid, we're even.
In terms of the railway and what's got for the railway,
But
yes.
if it's 80 quid gone out of my pocket, I'm 80 quid out of pocket.
Pays for me
80
and Rowan
quid.
Road for you. You chose to pay for it. I offered and you said no,
But we're
I'll
not
get
even.
it. It's not about the cost. It's about the bits for the railway.
we're not even.
It's not about the cost.
We're not even. We're not even.
We haven't got it yet, but if you get it, can you shut up, please?
And there's one for Brian here. You got this, Brian? Guys, low down in the shed. Yes. I've got new teeth. Andy will be happy. Andy, hot dog pilot. And I can smile again now. Oh, God.
Oh, there's a blooper for Brian. When the camera wants to see Smokey climb a Flying Scotsman.
Skiff of snow here. Managed to take out the camera.
Really far back.
Oh,
Can someone please say if they can hear us normally? Yes, no, maybe.
I don't know. It's got to catch up.
It's going to catch up, isn't it? This ain't good. You should put this. Sounds good again. Thank you. All I did was plug the mic out. Well, unplug it and put it back in. Okay,
There's
so
a chipmunk in my background. 'cause it's on my phone.
chipmunks, Chip and Dale. Okay, right. Sorry about that technical hit.
What if my brain's just not working today? What if I just corpse? You know.
The drink has definitely gone to my head. Oh, excuse me. I'll bleep that bit out afterwards.
Here comes the K4. Whoa. I've got a derailment. What on earth happened there? Well, I never. How about that? There we go.
Ah, what did you think of that? Oh dear. Anyway, completely and totally disorganised today. I've even forgot to bring myself a cup of coffee. I know. It's horrible, isn't it? Oh dear. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed watching that. That last little bit at the end there, Jason had absolutely no idea. So if he wants to blame anybody, he can blame Stuart at Valley Stewart. He knows what I mean. Anyway, right. Anyway, okay. Hello, how are you? Oh dear, I tell you what, that video is probably comprised of clips over a period of probably the last 5 weeks. I think it is something like that, and about 2/3 through it, I thought, I can't believe I've got so much content already. And Rob and Grace have got a lot to, got a lot for that one, haven't they? And of course, they ended up having this big blazing argument in Grace's Prescott portraits. I just had to add it in. It was train related. They were arguing about trains as she was drawing a train. So, oh dear. But anyway, hello, how are you all? There's so many people in the chat already. I've been scrolling through as it all started. So I'm going to start right from the very beginning. I'm going to do this very quickly. So, hello, Mav. Andy. Who else we got? We got Dan. Hello, Dan. Royal Dan. Who else we got? We've got a few other people. We've got Lyndon. Hello, Lyndon. We've got Digger Evans. Hello, Digger. Who else we got? Maura. Now then, Maura. For some strange reason, I keep calling you Moira. Only until I started watching I'm a Celebrity that I realised I've been pronouncing your name wrong all this time. So sorry, Maura. So, but hello. How else we got? We got Smallwood Junction. So hello, Paul and Paris. How are you both? Tim Steph. Hello, Timber. Donegal Dad. Mark. Hello. How are you? I was sat in a lay-by at Dublin Airport watching in my car. Well, I hope you managed to watch all the outtakes, Mark. Who else we got? Oh dear, Andy's cringing. Kyle, hello, Kyle. How are you? I think I've got everybody. No, Flymo. Hello, Flymo. Simon. How are you? You're midway through the bloopers when you came on, so you could rewind and quickly watch it back if you wanted to. Moneybook Junction. Hello, Mark and Lisa. How are you both? Is that everyone? No, Chris. Hello, Chris. How are you, my friend? If I have missed anybody, please just jump in the chat again and shout hello. Hello, Jake. How are you? Tony, Choberton Junction. Hello, welcome to you, Mr. X. Hello. Anybody else? We're quickly blasting through this. Dino. Hello, Dino. Graham. Hello, Graham. Get back to you as well in a minute. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? I can't see anyone so far. Looking good. Anthony, Middleport Junction. Hello, Anthony. How are you? Uh-oh. Woodthorpe International. Oh, is it Colin? I'm so sorry if it's wrong. At least you weren't calling her Dave or anything. That's very true, Flymo. Yes, Colin, I got your name right at last. Woohoo! See, I told you I'd get there in the end. Okay, right. I think I've got everybody so far. There are now currently 27 in the chat. Yes, Simon, I bloody know. Right, another 2 more have been added since the last time I've looked. I'm 9:02 now. So who needs the horse's head in their blooming bed tonight then? Mark, Hemel Model Railway. Hello, welcome, my friend. Very nice for you to pop in. Yeah, right, okay then. Right. I'm going to start with Graham first. Graham. Now, Graham gave me a load of stuff recently. When I was at Wally, he gave me this box absolutely full of wheels. I've also added to them as well, so the tray's coming useful. Right, so what I've done is I've finished the B12. Now, if anybody can remember this, or if anyone's new in the chat tonight, I bought this at the Stafford Model Railway show earlier on this year, and it cost me a whole £6. Ooh, I know. Yes, it cost me £6, and I have completely and totally stripped it down, rebuilt it, and totally restored it. The front pony wheels were broken, so I've repaired those. This thing runs absolutely beautifully. So much so that Dave Angel gave me a tender top for it. And then when I was at, where was I now? I was at the cruise show, and I found the bottom of said tender. And as a bonus to that, the wheels on here were all completely shot, or smashed to pieces. I suppose age, you know, this particular model, it's a Triangle model, it's getting on, I mean, I don't know exactly how old this locomotive is, but if I had to hazard the guess, I'd say it's probably at least 50 years old now. And I found a set of 3 lovely metal wheels to go on it. So I've upgraded to metal wheels instead of plastic. And I found them in the tray of bits that Graham gave me. So Graham, I am very, very happy that I managed to do this. And without your help, this still wouldn't be fixed. It really wouldn't be. But it is now fixed. And she runs absolutely beautifully. And I wish I could show you. But unfortunately, my layout is absolutely garbage. I actually tried to get this to run a circuit around the track tonight. It just wouldn't do it. It's partly because the fact that it's got a wider flange on it. It's not as wide as some of them are. But this thing really does not like Pico crossovers, especially the double slip that I've got on the end of the platform here. It really doesn't like that. So sadly, I can't show you it running, although I'm sure, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's a YouTube short somewhere of this running. But yeah, she's all in one piece. I think the only thing that's really missing on this now is the totems on the tender. The totems are missing, but they usually are on models this old. They do come off very easily. So yeah, so apart from that, I've stripped the loco itself off completely. I've even replaced the front coupler. Now, I am going to say this now. The front coupler, I had to use Aldite to glue this back on, because basically what happens is there's like a cold rivet at both ends, which is flattened over. And when you pull these out, you can't put them back in again. So I've put a bit of Aldite on the front of this, and it's holding. So I'm kind of hoping that will fix the job. So yeah, I can quite honestly say this is now fixed. Furthermore to that, I was at another model show, what is it, a toy fair in Ludlow last weekend actually, and there was a particular store holder there, and he normally has some slight seconds, non-runners, and I go and ask him, and he's always got them hidden behind, and he only gets them out for people who ask. And I asked him, and he went, "Yeah, I've got a box full here. Come and have a look at these." And I found this. This is Oliver Cromwell. It is a really, really nice locomotive. There's only one fault on it, and the cab end here is broken on the one side, which is a bit of a shame, really. It does come with its tender, but the tender, this was a tender-driven locomotive, and this had a very early Hornby style motor within it, and it did run. It did run quite well, to be fair. But I managed to pick up a Britannia off Facebook for free. I'm not kidding you. There was a guy selling, well, not selling, but giving away a Britannia in pieces for free. And I thought, I need to snap this up before somebody else does. It was local to me as well, which was an even bigger bonus. And when I got there, all of its coupling rods were missing. Its front and rear ponies were missing. It even has smoke. It has a smoke generator in it too. It has a very old style, sort of like sleuth type. Get my words out. Real steam type thing in it. Can't get words out. I'm tired. Yeah, most people know why I'm tired, but yeah, I'm tired. It's hard work. It really is hard work. Anyway, so when I was at the Ludlow show, I picked up this beauty, and with it being tender driven, I thought, So what I did is I took the front and rear ponies off it. I took all the coupling rods off it, put them on this model, so make this model complete again. So this is now a loco-driven locomotive. And I say, look, the wheels only turned so far, and I only just finished putting this back together today. And she runs absolutely beautiful now. She really does. And again, this is another one which I completely and totally stripped down and rebuilt. I have to admit, I really do enjoy doing these things. Honestly, I really am starting to turn into James May. Honestly. But synchronized smoke generator, not quite timber. Some of the early Triang models used to have like a valve which used to go in and out and used to actually physically puff smoke out, and they were great. They were. I have a tank engine up there that has one in it. This one is the same type of steam generator. Actually, it's in the B12, and it's just basically a brass tube with a filament inside it. It's not as sophisticated as the original Triang version. They were magnificent. Those were, and yeah, it works really, really well. When I had it, the motor wouldn't even turn. But I mean, I picked it up off a guy who'd had it wrapped up in a bag, and just says, take it, if you can make use of it, then great, and I have, and I've managed to put it back together. So I now have an Oliver Cromwell in my set. The only other thing that's wrong with this, of course, is the Oliver Cromwell badge on the opposite side is missing. It only has it on the one side, which is a bit of a shame, but I'm pretty sure I can probably pick up another set of name badges for it at some point or another. You never know. Anyway, while we're on the subject of repairing things and doing a little bit of a show and tell, on the train set shop, we brought in a load of stuff just recently. We went and bought a load of stuff, and it was all locomotives, just locomotives. And Mr. X has just informed me tonight that he has updated the website, and some of those items are now on there. Well, one of the items that are currently not on there is this very, very beautiful green arrow. This is a Bachmann unit, and this poor thing has been neglected, some chronic, and it took me almost a week. Well, when I say almost a week, I mean like an hour here and an hour there, very carefully stripping this thing down and rebuilding it. And this thing works absolutely beautifully now. But this thing was completely and totally stripped right down, both sides of the chassis taken out and everything. And it had all sorts of different problems. The front pony connections were broken, so they need to be refixed. There's still bits of it in here. I mean, the front pony wheels are here. The back connections here are resoldered back on, and they are ready to be reattached to the chassis. And this thing is very almost completed. Well, I just wanted to show to you really the fact that I would say probably about 80% of our locomotives don't just get a quick dab in oil. Those ones are usually just like newish models, which have hardly had any running time in them at all. But stuff like this, I mean, this is an old Bachmann locomotive. This thing has quite literally been stripped completely and totally apart and very carefully put back together. Everything's all been oiled, re-greased. I use silicone grease on the cogs, and I use just normal everyday locomotive oil that you can buy from companies like Hornby. just to lubricate the axles and stuff like that. Because these axles you have to be really careful with, because these are made of plastic, and some oils can degrade the plastic. But this is quite safe on these. But yeah, so when we say we service our locomotives, I really service the locomotives properly. There's not many people out there that do the same thing. People like Dave Angel, for instance, he does exactly the same thing. It's him who I've got the inspiration from for doing it himself. Plus the fact I actually enjoy doing it as well. But anyway, that's that. Then I found something else on Facebook. I have a box. And in the box, I have a couple of very rough looking coaches. Can you tell what I've got yet? Try not to make it sound too much like that horrible, nasty person. Anyone guessed yet? Oh, Andy. I had some track, and I got that excited. I bought 4 points off Dave Angel, and then ended up buying a load of track off Dave Angel, which I've still yet to go and pick up. But amongst all of this lot was this little beauty, the Duchess of Montrose. And she is a beautiful runner. She really is. Absolutely sensational. People joke about it, but genuinely, they do not make locomotives like they used to anymore. They really don't. I mean, this thing is really heavy. It's all die cast. It's absolutely beautiful. It really is. Got tender here as well. Here's tender as well. So I've come up with an idea. And that idea is, oh, hang on a minute. Question, does anyone know of any online database of the release dates of models? Yeah, good question. You just have to Google it, I believe. If you're looking for a particular locomotive, Google that. If you are looking for something like early Triang, Hornby, that type of style, contact Dave Angel, because he's an absolute whiz on Triang. There's nothing about Triang that's not worth knowing if he doesn't know it. Generally speaking, if you've got the original, especially with Hornby at least anyway, if you have the original data sheet that's with it, that gives you all the, where to oil your locomotive and how to take things apart, the service sheet, that's the word I was thinking of. Up in the top corner, there is a serial number. And in that serial number, it actually tells you the date of the locomotive. Do I have one here? Yeah, I do. Bear with me a second. While I'm doing that, I'll grab the next piece. Oh, no, that is split. Here you go. We will have that much. If anybody wants to know what that bang was, it's my knee hitting the floor. Right, now then, put this bad boy down here for a minute. Right, now then, this is one of the locomotives we're going to be selling on the train set shop. I'm not sure if Mr. X has actually put this one up yet or not. If he hasn't, then here's an exclusive. But if he has, I'm pretty sure he'll say something. Hello, Anthony Dodge. How are you? How is Kyan today and Joyce? Right, now then, in said book is the service sheet. And on the service sheet, you will have serial number on the back. Okay. And the last 4 digits on the back of there says 1986. That's the date of manufacture. It was in the on the 30th, I believe. Is it the 30th? Hang on, let me just check the number, just to make sure. 830. Yeah, it was manufactured on the 30th of the 9th, 1986. There you go. So if you've got an old Hornby service sheet, they all have the dates on them, so you know exactly how old that locomotive is. If anyone else has asked any questions, then please ask again. I will quickly flick back up into the chat again if anybody mentions anything. But there you go. That's something for you to know if you don't. Surprising, actually, how many people don't know that. There's something else in there. There you go. Right, okay. So, while we're on the subject of Hornby Double O, as we digressed slightly with that question, is that a Hornby Gordon behind you, Brian? It most certainly is, Dan. In fact, I'd like to say it's actually sold, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. But if said person wants to confirm that, just send me a PM and I'll get it sent over to them. But yeah, hopefully all being well, Gordon is sold. Oh, but yeah, there's Gordon. There he is. This particular Gordon has annoyingly one small little problem, and that is all of the pins that go across the rail on the back here are all broken apart from the front one and the back one, which is annoying. I didn't know that until today. So the price will be reflected. So yeah, so Gordon's going to its new home soon, hopefully. Hi, hello, how are you? Right. Oh, Ruben. Hello, Ruben. Oh, I'm glad you've come up over today, my friend. Right, Ruben. Let's have a look. Ruben, you have been Spanish, my friend. Thank you very much for coming back to the chat. Right, I'm just going to have a quick browse through just to make sure I haven't missed anything. I hope I sincerely have not. People are quite clearly just talking to themselves or just listening to me waffling. Right, okay, right, so we have got a lot to get through tonight. RGJ Trains is not doing a live stream tonight, sadly. The weather is probably just way too bad for them, which is a bit of a shame, really. Yeah, sorry, Gordon sold. I've just literally had confirmation. So anyway, so while I was at the Ludlow show, Dave Angel was there, and I've bought a shed load more track off him, which I'm going to go and pick up off him at some point very soon. And while I was at the show, I also saw this, and I had to buy it. I had to have an A4. This one's called Silver King. I am collecting the silver class A4s, but in silver. So yeah, I've still yet to pick up a Silver King in silver. So you never know, watch this space, it might happen sometime very soon. But I'm probably chuffed with this. It's not mint condition. The price reflected it. I paid £45 for this. So I was actually quite chuffed with this, and it runs like an absolute dream again, just like the other one does. And Dave has really properly gone through this. You know, he's serviced it, you know, and everything else like that. You know, he's done a proper good job of it. He's cleaned the wheels as well as, I mean, well, when I say he's cleaned the wheels, I mean, look at these. They look absolutely mint, don't they? honestly, it looks like it's hardly ever ran at all. The body's got a bit of corrosion on it. It looks like it's been probably stored somewhere in like a damp atmosphere somewhere, probably in somebody's attic, maybe, which usually happens with old locomotives. But yeah, she's not perfect, but she runs like an absolute dream. And this will be absolutely perfect for what I have in mind. So what do I have in mind? Wow. What do I have in mind? Right. As I said not so long ago, this layout is absolutely garbage. It really is. I can't even run a single locomotive along without getting a problem of some sort. The double slip over on this side here has currently no power whatsoever. I've no idea why. It did have power. I may have done something. I don't know. Quite probable I did. But anyway, problems galore. So over Christmas, like I said before, me and my daughter are going to completely gut the backside of the locomotive, the backside of the layout here behind me, and we're going to start again. And this time, everything's all going to be, all switches are going to be consolidated into proper areas. We're going to have one group on this side, probably over here, another one on the other side over there, twin controller that side, twin controller this side, so it's easier for me to control singly as one person. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. But furthermore, I'm going to pinch an idea from Rob and Grace, and I'm actually going to have a 3-rail set running around the layout too. How I'm going to do that right now, I don't know. I think it's going to go on the top level. Right now, I have a disused section along the top layer. I've never been happy with it. So I think I'm going to just rip all that up again and start again. And I'm going to have a 3-rail system running alongside the more modern day version of the double O gauge. So this station behind me here is going to have 3-rail on the one side and double O gauge on the other side. That's how I think I'm going to do it. So yeah, it should be quirky. Oh, outtake for Brian. Yeah, maybe. I think what I might do, I think if anybody makes any mistakes over Christmas, right, make as many mistakes as you like, okay? Because I'm just going to start afresh from the new year. So the next blooper video will be in February. There we go. You get a reprieve for Christmas. Humbug. Anyway, right, okay. There is one other small little thing that I want to actually say to everybody, and I want to say it while Timber Surf's actually in the house. And I want to utterly and completely and totally apologise to Timber Surf, because I really did screw up. I accidentally, without even thinking about it, named him in a live stream. He'd walked past the screen. I shouted Timber Surf, and I basically just forgot myself. I think that's probably what it is, really, mostly. But Timber is a very, very private person. He does not like being on camera whatsoever, and he just asks everybody to be a little bit mindful of that, especially if you're taking photographs of him at shows or something. You know, if you get a selfie with him or something like that, keep it to yourself. He genuinely really does not like being on camera. He really doesn't. You know, he's a shy guy, you know, and, you know, you've got to, you know, you've got to respect his wishes, so to speak. And properly upsetting. It really did, and it upset myself as well because I don't like upsetting people, not intentionally, at least anyway. And yeah, so Timber, honestly, I'm genuinely really sorry about that, my friend, and it won't happen again. Okay. Yeah, I know I wasn't the only one, but probably, I didn't help, did I? So anyway, enough said about that. Hopefully it's water under the bridge and it'll just give me a kick up the backside next time he sees me. Oh, Tammy and Ray are in the house, are they? I've just seen some emojis. Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, hello Tammy and Ray. So everyone throw another emoji, say hello to Ray, because he loves the emojis. Craig Newdrum Junction, hello, how are you? Boots booked. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Right, anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much that really. The layout itself, I have to admit, I haven't touched it at all for the last 2 weeks. I have made a start on the perspex parts. I've been using acetate to cut out sheets for the top of the roofs. In fact, I've actually got some here I can show you now. So there we are. So I've got one of the sections here which I very nearly just bloody dropped. Oh, I don't want to drop these because these things were so difficult to put together. So basically I've got some acetate here. The acetate is going to be glued directly onto the top there like that, ish, so to speak. And then onto that will be, now where have I put them? Are they in there? No, they're not in there. There is another container somewhere. Where is the other container? See, completely and totally unprepared. Ah, there you are. Right. And then onto there, I'm going to have these little things here, and they're going to be stuck to the acetate. Hang on, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? Where are we? Yeah, these things are going to be stuck to the acetate there like that, and they're going to be spaced out like that. Okay? It's probably about 4 or 5 of these to each span. So they're going to be very difficult to put in. Timber Surf actually suggested that I use a cardboard spacer and clamp them in to hold them in place while they're drying, which is a very good idea, and of which I will most probably be doing, to be fair. There it is. The only problem with acetate is when you drop it, you can't see where it is because it's see-through. Right, now then, let's catch up with the chat for a bit before I go into the next bit and see what we got here. Right, okay, so let's just scroll back a minute, just a little bit. Don't worry, Brian, I've been sorry lots of times, laughed my ass off. Yes, I know, but I wanted to do a proper public apology because I really did screw up, and I am genuinely sorry. By the way, how did all of you in UK fare with the storm? Very nasty viewing and seeing the warnings all over the place. Well, Anthony, Rob and Grace are not doing their live stream tonight. I would imagine it's probably something to do with power, which is a great shame, really, because we're really looking forward to seeing them tonight. But hey, you can't do anything really with the weather, can you? But yeah, that's very sad. I've had a little bit of damage to a gazebo, which I forgot to take down earlier on this year. I should have done it. I never did. I thought I would get round to it one day, and I got round to it this morning during the storm, soaking wet, everything wet, toes, backside, everything. Absolutely sodden I was, taking a gazebo apart. It's just not one of these ones where you just quickly put them together. This one's bolted together. So yeah, so I'm out in the pouring rain with a battery drill, unscrewing everything. My poor drill's down there at the moment, thawing out. It was freezing cold as well. Yes, it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. Yeah, so yeah, the storms are still currently going right now. It is howling out there right now, and yeah, we've all been told to stay indoors unless we really have to go outside. So yeah, it's not brilliant at all, really. Wow, all hellos and thank you, dolls. I'm at work, just dropping in. Do what you like, Craig. I don't mind. It's just nice to see that you popped in. 9 horses for 900 subs. Yeah. It was. I was doing so well that actually subscriber level was going down. I thought, yes. Nah, it's going back up again. Anyway, need a poll for what the peasants should be for falling. Need a poll for what the penance should be for a fall. Fouling. That doesn't sound good. Anyway, the wind was quite bad in Leicester. I saw a tree fall down on someone's car. Oops. I was going to go out on the trains today, but I'm glad I didn't. Oh dear. Oh, I hope they got car insurance. Craig's in his taxi. My apologies, we were just seeing the warning saying overnight. Yeah, I think that was technically wrong. Weather forecast said the weather, bad weather was going to be tonight. It's been since last night. And gradually been getting bloody worse. Right, so where are we now? Right, okay, people are now saying hello to Tammy Ray, which is cool. Still howling gale here. Lost one fence panel. Oh dear, they're bloody expensive as well. Oh, Andy Dobson, hello, welcome to the chat, my friend. Ifo, hello, welcome to the show, my friend. Show? It's not a show, is it? It's just me waffling on, but welcome anyway, buddy. Tom Houston, hello, welcome to you, Tom. See, I'm missing loads of people here. Let's have a look. Never seen a storm like this before. Think it was 60-mile-an-hour winds at Stafford. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so a lot of people are suffering with the wind and the cold here at the moment. It's that windy up here. My flat pack shed now stood up against the fence now. God. Oh dear. Right, okay, yeah, lovely. Right, first round of the end of the year. Presents is finished now. What? First round of the end of the year. Presents are now finished. You've never wrapped up all your presents for Christmas already. Bloody hell. I'm not far from RGJ, Lord L and Buckley Junction. Sadly, I've been out in it as I've had to go to work today. Built it yourself, Dan. Oh dear, everyone's giving Dan a ribbon about his shed now. No, just went from laying flat to right up. Sounds like a sketch from Mothers to Heaven. If you're old enough to remember that. Got some prizer figures. Jewela market stall. Oh, someone's car alarm's going off. Wagon loads and an absolute tiny Ford Model T truck in kit form. Wow, that sounds nice. Oh, that's not my car alarm going off. Although I never heard my car alarm going off. Do I have a car alarm? I don't think I do. Anyway, you finally go DCC. Come back to that in a minute, Jake, but no, I haven't. There's a 54 WS here in Coventry. Wow. 54 still quite quick. Even had the weatherman ever Yeah, Michael Fish. Actually, it was 1987. Bless you, Dan. I know you probably wasn't even born in 1987, was you? But no, sorry, bless your bubble, Dan. But it was actually 1987. Oh dear. No hurricanes, then boom. So actually, Dan, if you didn't know this, actually, on the evening when Michael Fish was doing the weather report, a woman from Australia rang him and asked him if it was true that we were having a hurricane coming through this country, because she'd seen on her weather forecast that it was going to be. And he'd obviously said something completely opposite to that. And he actually said to us, I can assure you, Mrs. whatever her name was, I've forgotten now. He says, I can assure you, he says, we are not going to have a hurricane. Well, anyway, that very evening we had a hurricane. And it was a very bad one. John Pinney's in the house. John, you've been in this chat a couple of times now, haven't you? Right. Okay. John, you've been spanned, my friend. Welcome. 2 spanners tonight. Brilliant. Just don't hit that subscribe button. No, really don't. Local power station was damaged, so I might suddenly bzzzt. Ah, right. Okay then, Tom. No problem. You on auxiliary power then, are you? Oh dear. So things are not good in Ireland right now then. Off to Edinburgh tomorrow for the day. Very good. Craig, hope you enjoy yourself, and I hope the weather calms down a bit too. Have you tried YouTube Create to edit videos, Brian? No, why would I? Didn't even know that was a thing. But no, I actually use an app on my phone, which is sugar. What's it called? UCut. That's what it's called. It's called UCut. And I use that to edit all my videos. Linden, 90 mile an hour on the Welsh coast near me in places. Wow. I got married in 1987, so you did, Anthony. My mum was there when that storm took place. Yeah, that was not good. We had the most irregular championship of the year today. The NK Teggin. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't pronounce that, buddy. But for us simpletons, could you put that into where I can actually say it? 102 mile an hour in my room when I break wind. Bloody hell, Mav. Either way, I remember it. The Michael Fish incident. I was born in 1985. I am 40 next year. Oh, you poor baby. He's still in his 30s. Oh dear. Wow, Jake, that was the year I finished school. Oh dear. Oh, funny. He then said, but there will be some very strong winds. Okay. With all these spanners next year's competition, if Jason runs, it will be for those who not mod lol. God, there'll be a big list. Where's the confetti bombs at? They're all at Jason's house. Stuart at Valley Brook's getting prepared ready. For those of you that didn't know, about 5 years ago, Stuart at Valley Brook played a practical joke on this is where my little shorts video came from when I said happy birthday to Jason. But if you didn't know, he set off 2 confetti cannons up into his loft, scaring the living daylights out of him during a live stream. In fact, if Jason's actually still here now, if Jason can put a link to said show. Oh my God, I tell you what, you should have seen his face. He absolutely crapped himself. He really did. Completely, totally unexpected. And I think to this day, I think he's still finding bits of confetti up in his attic. Oh, I tell you, that was a night to remember, that was. But yeah, that Mav asked me to do a small little video for Jason for his birthday, and I thought of this and I thought I've got to do something like that. So I grabbed a load of these post-it note stickers and I just put them on my head. It's funny as hell it was. So if anyone hasn't seen that short, go and have a look at it. It's only a couple of seconds long. If the idea of T-Jinwind competition to the cycle into a 4/7 headwind with a bicycle without gears. Oh my giddy aunt. Right, okay. Raymond Spanner hammer. What's with the hammer? The light flickered here. Yeah, we've had lights flickering here as well earlier on this afternoon. I was worried. But hey-oh. But currently, fingers crossed, everything's all okay. I'm just waiting for the screen to go blank. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. All right. Now then. Right. I've caught up with the chat. Right. Okay. Now then. I bought something a little while ago. Most of you probably know what it was I bought because I showed it in the last live stream. But for those of you that probably didn't see it, I will refresh your memory. Right, now then, let me just get this all set up ready so I can show everybody. Now then, for those of you that don't remember or didn't see, or for those of you that did see and just want a quick reminder, that I'm doing lots of repairs currently for the train set shop, and I've started doing lots of repairs for DCC stuff. So I thought I need to get myself prepared ready here. So one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm going to set up on my workbench here a DCC system just for testing trains. And I wanted something that was reasonably cheap. And Dave Angel managed to hook me up with this. And I bought one of these. Okay, right. Now then, it was on version 1.2. And when I mentioned it, that would be so typical, Brian, so ironic. Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? My layout is most definitely staying DC, especially now I've got a 3-rail system to put in it. But anyway, so I got kind of excited about the whole thing. Like, you know, I managed to pick it up reasonably cheap. And for those of you that probably don't know, I do pick things up quite cheap, and I did pick this up quite cheap. And so I got quite excited, and I mentioned it to Jason at Barnabas Junction, and he very politely turned around and said to me, "Brian, you're better off selling that and buying yourself one that's got a better upgrade, preferably 1.6 or above, because after version 1.6, you can change CV settings and everything on these selects." Anyway, so I was Raymond Legs. Hello, Raymond. You're a bit late to show. Yes, 3-rail 00. I've bought a 3-rail 00 set, and I'm going to have it on the layout. I know, I'm mad. So I took Jason's advice, and I started looking around, and I was shocked. To buy a Hornby Select with version 1.6 or more in it, I'm looking best part of 70 to £100. I think the current version's 2.0, I think it is, and people are asking like 200 quid for those things. It's ridiculous. But hey, eBay. And Bargain Master, yes, that's me, Simon. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for this thing, but it was cheap. It wasn't free, but it was cheap. Digger Evans is asking Jake about a Cura scale. He must be going on about his class 37 he bought. Anyway, so I took Jason's advice and I started having a look around, and I thought, right, I'm going to sell this, you know. But then I thought, hang on a minute, it just needs a software update, doesn't it? So then I started trolling around on the internet to see what I could find. I thought, yeah, you know. And it was conflicted. Some people saying, yeah, you can update this firmware on them. Some people said you can't. So then I thought to myself, oh, Dan's put a link up to the train set shop. Thank you, Dan. Flyman, yes, we will all survive the storm. Thank God, no damage. Hope things are good with you. Yeah, this is what happens when you try to keep up the chat and talk at the same time. Ooh. Right, so what I did was I contacted Hornby, and I said to Hornby, is it possible for me to be able to update this, which has currently got version 1.2 written on it? And they said, yes, it is. Send it over to us and we'll sort it out for you, and we'll send it back to you within 30 days, well, 28 days. I thought, right, okay, then great. So I sent it away to Hornby. Hornby sent it me back, and this is what happened. It's now on version 1.6, which is the highest it can go. I think for any controller up to 1.6 or 1.5, probably, you can only go up to 1.6 with. I'm only guessing this. Every version after that, I believe you can have updated to the current software, which is version 2.0. I'm really, really chuffed with this. Really, really chuffed, because I genuinely thought I'd have to sell this. Whether Jason knew or not, I don't know. Probably didn't, to be kind of fair, because I think if he did, he probably would have told me, to be fair. But there we go. So yeah. So for those of you that don't know, if you want your controller updated to version 1.6, where you can change CV settings, yeah, send it to Hornby, and you won't believe how much it cost me. Have a guess. How much do you think it cost me to have this updated to version 1.6? Bearing in mind, you can buy the latest version 1.6s for around £100. How much do you think it cost me? Put it in the chat now. That's a good point as well, actually. Timbersurf did actually tell me that they would do it. I checked and they did. So, Timber, thank you. Less than £45 would be worth it. Colin says £10. Raymond Legg said £10. Anthony says £19.99. Jake says £15. Right, okay. That's got Flamer. Right, okay, right. It cost me, obviously, to post this to Hornby. So minus the postage to send it to them, because obviously that differs depending on who you use and first, second class, whatever. Oh, Paul says 25. John says 25. Flymo says 20. Digger Evans says 9.99. No, the Hornby rubbish thing. Oh, right, okay. Oh dear. He's having a conversation with someone about something. Right. It cost me 15 quid. Straight up. 15 quid. Hornby charged me £15, and that was including the shipping back as well. 15 quid. So if you have an Hornby Select and it is not on version 1.6, and the best way to tell that is as soon as you plug it in, it will come up with the version number, in this case 16, and then it will come up with 30, and then it will change to the default setting 03. So if you see, if your Select comes up with anything less than 16, and you want it upgrading to 1.6, which is I think the highest they can go to. Well, that's what Hornby told me anyway. Then send it to them. Just send it to them. You go send them an email first, just to let them know that it's coming. They will then confirm with you how much it's going to cost, and then you just send it off to Hornby with a covering letter inside as well, just say what it's there for, and then they will send it to you back. Okay? And all you got to do is just pay the fee as soon as it's ready to come back. And I paid the fee, and the following day it was back at my door. It's fantastic, honestly. So I got no qualms whatsoever with the service department. They are bloody brilliant. Well, in this case, anyway. Oh dear. Right. Okay. So let's see what anyone say. Oh, hi's going. Okay. Take care. Hi. The controller you got, Brian. I hate it because you only have 5 functions. Well, it only needs to control one train at any one time. That's it. And if I do need to change any CV settings, I can now. And that's the reason why I had it upgraded. So from a service point of view, I'm now better equipped. And it didn't cost me a lot of money either. That's a great deal, Brian. I'm glad you think that, John. Did you get the one you sent them? Yes, I did, Tom. Yes, I did, because there's a sticker on the back. And the sticker on the back, for some reason, says, will not operate points. That sticker was on there when I had it. So I don't know why that sticker's on there, but it is. And I also got with it the paperwork as well. Let's have a look. It also sends me the paperwork as well, which covers what you can do with version 1.6. So they send you that as well. So I've kept that for future reference. And of course, I've got all the other bits and pieces that come in the box. So yeah, I really am properly chuffed with that. I really, really am. I'm so overjoyed with that. Take 3 minutes to remove a chip and replace chip. Costs only £1. Or they may just reflash the chip. Or whichever way they do it, really, Timber, at the end of the day, 15 quid, you can't really grumble with what people charge for stuff these days. Yeah, yes, Colin, fantastic service, it really was. Flymail, well, that's not bad, Brian. 5 minutes in the PC terminal to update firmware. Suppose that's not bad. No, I really don't think it is. No, they could have charged so much more if they wanted to. And 15 quid for 5 minutes work. That's brilliant. Okay. No, as in sound functions. All right. Jake's still having a conversation with somebody about something wrong with it, one of his locomotives. Well, come on. Jake, share it with us. What's going on? As Brent Brian, I have 2 select controllers. I might send them over to get upgraded. Yeah, go for it, Maura. Jake, it's not to Jake. It's not to run things on the layout. It's just to make sure the damn things work. Lol. 5 is more than enough. I agree. Send me a picture of that, please, Brian, and I'll see if it's worth 15. Send you a picture of what, Jake? That's an awesome price. No, Mav, I love sound and need more sound to annoy people. Is Jake trying to get divorced? No, not the locos. That controller. You want a picture of the controller? You bloody screenshot it. If that's not what you mean, then please tell me. That's what some folk forgot about Hornby. I had a decent service from them in the past. A whole new body shelf from my old Princess Victoria. Okay. The 1.6 version for the Hornby, the paperwork. You want to see the paperwork? Can't understand why, but if you want to see the paperwork, you can. Just screenshot it, Jake. There you go. Ready for a screenshot? Absolutely, Flymo. It's far quicker, far simpler. And all you got to do is just do that, and boom, done. Right. Okay. I have had some great dealings with Hornby. I got lots of help when moving to HM7000 system. Jake, when they return the controller, they will send the paperwork back with it. Right. Well, when you do send the controller to Hornby, literally all you have to do, and they will tell you this, just send that, nothing else. Not the box, not the paperwork, just that. That's it. Okay? And then when you get it back, you get the paperwork with it for version 1.6. There is one thing actually thinking about it. Maybe they did put that sticker on the back of it. I'm pretty sure somebody actually said to me when I spoke to somebody at Hornby that it won't operate points anymore. Maybe it's because the point function is now the CV function. I could be wrong. Maybe I might have to look back at my old video and see if that's actually on the back of the controller or not. That could be it. That could be it. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It does what I want it to do now, which I am absolutely ecstatic about. Right. Okay. Where are we? 1915. Right. Okay. Maura mentioned something about the HM7000. To be honest with you, I'm actually thinking of actually buying one myself. Mostly just to see how they work. So that, I can then, give over my findings to other people. I suppose Alan and Dragon Junction hasn't been in yet, has he? I'm just wondering if he's been in or not. I haven't seen him. Probably too busy talking to everybody, getting used to his new teeth. Bless him, poor man. Mav, hi Moira, by the way. I've got my first HM7000 chip sat here waiting to install. Just waiting for my 80-pin to 21-pin adapter to arrive. Should be here in a couple of days. You will love it. It's so easy. Yeah, well, I might look into it. Not for my own personal gain, but for other people's gain. Yeah, but I can see the added benefit of the HM7000, especially with the sound decoders. That's what I'm hoping. Just have to squeeze it into background Deltic thrash. Hope he's not searching for where the shed went. I don't know. But Dan is. Sounds good, man. Yeah, okay, cool. Excellent. Right, okay, right. I need to do something now, and I don't know how to do it. Okay, sure. Oh my God, I got some DVDs. While I'm thinking about doing what I want to do next, I'll show you these. Got these off Jason, Barnabas Junction. I got that. It's all part of the same series, Britain's Railways Then and Now. So this one's the GWR version. This one is the Southern Railways version. This is the LNER version. That should be quite an interesting one to watch, I think. We have a British Railways one. That one I'm mostly interested in. And we also have an LMS one too. So I'm really looking forward to looking at these DVDs. Don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I might try and set up a television in here or something so I can watch them while I'm doing things to the layout. Yes, you do, Brian Lowell. Yes, I do. What? Need to watch these? Yeah, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to watching them. Any more Thomas stock due in, Brian? No, Dan. Currently, not right now. The only bit of Thomas stock I did have was Gordon behind me, but that's now sold. Love how they done the NNER version with the Class 47 diesel. I've been waiting for the whole waffle. Oh, right, okay. If that would definitely be easier compared to the trying to decoder into a glass skin locomotive and still have working lights. I run my locos on a Gauge Master Prodigy Express, and anything else. The points, turntables, lights of a Gauge Master DC dual controller keeps it all simple. Well, to be kind of honest with you, in my opinion, I think the Gauge Master Prodigy is probably one of the best systems out there. No, you have something else to mention. I have something else to mention. Do you mean that thing about earlier? You have 2 Hornby Thomas brake vans on the shop, but I already have 15 though. Do I, Dan? They're just brake wagons to me. Snap them up now. High Valleys 56. That's Craig. Chris, sorry. I use Gauge Master Prodigy Express as well, and we'll set some routes up on it eventually. Cool. I DM'd you, lol. Okay. Right. Okay. Hey, Clive. Right. Okay. He's euphemized me. Hang on a minute. Oh God, no, don't want to do that. I want to do that there. Right, you stay there just in case a particular person pops into the chat. Let's have a look. hello. Hang on a minute. Cool. Right, okay, sorry. The train set's just had an order. I will sort it out for you ASAP. Yes, Mav. Okay. Clear that. Right, okay. Right. Back in the room. Okay, right, now then. Everyone's all saying hello to Clive. Right, okay. Now then. Right. What do I how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I need to do something. Right. Okay. Right. Genuinely, because I would much rather allow somebody to take this off my hands if they truly, really want it. Okay. Who's interested in my B12? I'm going to give this away tonight. So if anybody in the chat is interested in wanting to buy this, please, well, not buy it, but have it. Please let me know. It has smoke function in the funnel. It's a very, very old triangle locomotive. This needs a very powerful controller to run it, at least something that's at least about 1 to 1.5 amps or more. Okay, your bog standard train set hornby controller will not run these things. They're just not powerful enough. The flanges on these are a little bit on the wide side, so they do have difficulty running over modern points. But if somebody wants to have this and they want to use it on their layout, please put into the chat, yes, please. Simple as that. Just put yes, please into the chat if you want to win this tonight. Okay? And it's UK residents only. All right. Sadly, anybody that's in anyone's on mainland UK only. Okay, so if any of you lot are all in Ireland and you have UK addresses that you can send it to, then, well, mainland addresses to send it to, then yeah, okay. Otherwise, you probably would have to pay for the postage. Okay, but as UK only. Okay, so anyone across the pond, sorry. But yeah, who would like to win the B12 tonight? All you have to do is just put in yes, please. I'm just going through the chat now just to have a look to see how many people actually do truly want it. Right, Dan's interested in it. Isn't a B12 LNER? Yes, it is, Jake. This is an ex-LNER British Railways version in wartime black. Raymond Lick says it's a beautiful loco. Dan says yes, please. Really needs Super 4 or System 6 track. It really does, to be kind of honest with you, Chris. But it runs like an absolute dream. It really does. I've got the Gauge Master Auto Track Cleaner on this layout, and it hardly flickers at all on the road. It hardly flickers at all. It really is truly, it runs like an absolute dream now. It really does. You know, and I think I've done a pretty good job of it, if I don't say so myself. What else would it run on? Because code 100 is as deep as it will go over here. Close to 5. I would agree with you. Yeah, it will run on code 100 track, but it will more than likely need to be steel track. Well, your straights and your curves are fine. It's points that's the problem. The frogs are a lot deeper on the older steel sets. But I don't want to give this away to somebody who's probably just going to stick it on the shelf and leave it. I want someone to actually use it. So if you are in a position where you can use it, then that would be absolutely great. So no continental Europe either. If you want it, sadly, you'd have to pay the postage on it, my friend, because I simply just couldn't afford it. That's the only reason why. But okay, right. Scratch what I said. Right. If you want it, you can have it. Doesn't matter where in the world you are. But if you're outside of mainland UK, you've got to pay the postage. I can't say no fairer than that. Right. Mixed. Go on then, please. Says Mav. That is 56. I have no idea what either of those are. Right. Okay. Okay. Everyone has a bottle of 3-in-1 oil. Everyone has a bottle of 3-in-1 oil. Yeah, I've got a bottle of 3-in-1 oil. That bottle's actually there for the rivet counters. It hopefully would wind somebody up one day thinking I should use it on the layout. That's what it's there for. It's just there just to wind people up. After all, I was willing to pay for it, but if someone other than Dan Lol wants it, then that's cool. Deepest track I have, though, is code 100, although I don't know if my NC would cope. Probably not. But in saying that, though, Mav, I do believe that if you want to run a locomotive like that on DCC, I think the Gauge Master Ruby chips are absolutely ideal for these things because they're, I think, 1 amp decoders. I think they are 1 to 1.5 amp. I think they are, which is absolutely perfect for these things. Anything less than that, it would literally just pop it straight away. I don't think the HM7000 would be able to cope with it. But I am pretty certain that the Ruby chips would work pretty well on those. I know Craig at New Junction uses them. Okay, and Oscar Paisley has a layout using the old track system. Very interesting. It is, Chris. I watch Oscar Paisley an awful lot. I've actually met Oscar Paisley. Yeah. Completely and totally by accident. Anthony, old track system with deep flanges. Right, okay. No, man, the old pizza cutter wheels even hit the chairs on the code with 100. And definitely bottom out on the frogs, hence need for bigger than code 100, like pre-code 100. There is actually a company called Scale Speed, who are based in Bridgnorth here in Shropshire. They've literally just moved up here actually from down south, and they actually do the flanges on the old triangle locomotives so they can run on code 100. So if you do want this and you don't think it's going to run in your layout, but you really do want it, okay, get in touch with Scale Speed, send it to them, and they will they will redo the flanges for you so that it will run on code 100. That's one of their new services that they do, as well as what they do motor rewinds as well. So yeah, good company to look out for. If running on code 100, it'll whack the pointer frogs unless you ease the back to backs. You know, the back to backs on these are 13.8. Any wider than that, they're just going to get stuck in a point. I reset my B12s back to back, and it's fine on code 100 pico track. Hello, Alan. How are you? Alan, I'm giving this B12 away if you're interested. It even comes with smoke as well. It's got a smoke generator in it. There is a company that will turn down the flanges in a lathe, but may cost around £40. Well, altogether, this locomotive has actually only cost me £7.50. That's all it's cost me, which I'm quite proud of, to be honest. Yes, it only cost me £1.50 for the tender. It's just a box of bits, people rooting around. And if you didn't know what you were looking for, it was just a box of bits. I knew what I was looking for, saw it, and saw gold. Tom, the 3-in-1 is there to hide the can of dubia. Oh, you know what, Tom? I want to do this actually. I've got a can of WD-40 actually in my van at work. When it runs out, I'm going to bring the can home and put it behind me here. Genuinely, that's what I'm going to do. I can reduce the flange diameter. I have a small lathe. There you go, Digger. Do you want it, Digger? Right. I have a rolling shell of the same loco in LNER green. Yeah, they're quite popular too, them are. Hi, Brian. How's your new pup settling in? I'm so tired, John. Honestly, mate. It's like having another baby. It really is. It's not like a cat. They just go about their own business. You have to watch him 24/7. It's tiring us both out. You will need a decoder that can supply at least 1 amp of power. So yeah, so I was right what I'm saying there, and I do believe that's the case. Oh, Jason's back. Hello, Jason. Jason, I'm giving away a locomotive. Right. If anyone has just suddenly joined the chat, I'm giving away this B12 Triang locomotive that I have lovingly restored. Okay. It's got steel rear wheels instead of plastic. It's got a smoke generator as well, which really does work very, very well. And it runs absolutely beautifully. It really does. Completely and totally faultless. So if you want to win this locomotive, all you need to do is say yes, please in the chat. Shape flanges down. Okay, I don't know if you skipped over my last comment, but I have withdrawn my request. I'd rather let someone else be able to use it. Brian, the number of pins DC ship does it use? Right. Hello, Aaron. Aaron, this is a very, very old, about 50-year-old Triang locomotive. They do run on DCC, but you have to hardwire the DCC chip into it. And if you're going to use one, I would recommend you use something like the Gauge Master Ruby chips, which are around 1 to 1.5 amps. Right, okay. John had flooded roads, trees down, van being blown over in all places. Yeah. Yes, please, in the chat. Okay. Wait. Did Brian just say very, very old, about 50. Yes, yes, I did, Anthony. Triang is, I can't remember this off the top of my head, and I am purely just guessing, but I think Hornby took over Triang in about 1974, I think it was. So this particular model is around 50 years old. It really is, and it runs like new. Honestly, I'm really so proud of what I've been able to accomplish with this thing, because I bought it as a non-runner, and it was just in a bag, chucked to one side on somebody's stall, in the hope that somebody might pick it up and do something with it, and I did. And I'm honestly really proud, and it's literally only cost me £7.50, and that's to buy everything I needed. That's the locomotive and any parts, well, any parts that I needed for it. I managed to pinch out my parts bin, but I like wheels and stuff like that. Although the back wheels and the tent, I managed to get out of the box stuff that Graham gave me, which I'm very, very thankful for. I'm very, very old too, says Anthony. Just look now on the Hornby HM7000 18-pin design to supply 1,000 milliamps to 1,000.5 milliamps. Not sure if that's okay. Yes, it is, Aaron, because 1,000 milliamps is 1 amp. 15,000 milliamps is 1.5 amps. I did say I was only guessing, Jason. Incorrect, Brian. Triang bought out Hornby, then became Hornby Triang, then eventually dropped the name Triang. See, I told you I wasn't sure. But Jason, if you want to let everybody know when it happened, that would be lovely. Because I don't know. I know a man that does, but I'd have to give him a call. I don't think he'd want me to call him this time of night. Okay, but yeah, I'm guessing, Anthony, to answer your question, it is roughly around 50 years old or more. Triang was started by the Ling brothers. Were they really flying mode? That's very interesting. Lions Bros. Ah, I see. Lions Bros. I've heard of them somewhere. Where are them from? I don't know. Here we go. 1964, Hornby and Meccano were bought by their competitor Triang Railways and sold when Triang went into receivership. Triang were part of the Line Brothers Limited, which also traded under the brand Mimic, Pedigree and Frog. In 1964, Lions Bros Limited merged Triang and Hornby to form the Triang Hornby in 1972. Wake up the angel. No, I'm not ringing the angel. I'm not skilled enough yet. Be nice if the winner does a video on hardwiring a DCC chip and also powered the steam generator. That's the only thing that I'd be worried about, because the steam generator does require it to be pretty much on full power for it to work. I'm going to say, if you want to convert that to DCC, on your head be it. I'm going to recommend you don't. I was asking about its age. I was merely describing something 50 years old. Yeah, very, very old. Yeah. Well, some of us are past that number. Yeah. Oh, Anthony, I can quite honestly say it's older than me. The R in the Hornby product code is the remains of when it used to be Rovex. Now, that I did know, Dan. I stand corrected, Dan. Thank you. I read Lingbros. Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. Right. Okay. Right. So let's do this now. Let's do this now. Right. Again, in the chat right now, just put yes, please, if you want it. Simple as that. Just do it. Aaron, maybe the Hornby HM 7021 pin can do it. There is a steam generator in the latest Flying Scotsman. There is, Aaron, but that's operated by water. Right, so Dan says yes, please. Barnabas Junction, Jason said yes, please. Oh, he says yes, please, if you want it. Huh? Aaron, it would be a massive pain to do it. I think it probably would too. Yes, I do agree with you there, Andy. Dan, what's it about chap community and all? Right. Okay. So Dan would like to have it. Jason, are you saying you want it or not? You said put it in the chat. Yes, please, if you want it. Oh, I see. So you do want it then, Jason. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. So currently then, am I right in saying there's only 2 people that really want that locomotive right now? Just good for DC. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I agree there, actually, Aaron. I think it'd be better safe than sorry, to be honest. Needed, hence me making a joke that is made in China. Flip a coin. Aaron, it looks like it might end up being that way, to be kind of honest with you. Looks like Jason's been on the Baileys again. No, Jason hasn't been on the Baileys again. If Jason had been on the Baileys, I think he'd be on eBay right now. Tails. I tell you what, I don't have a coin, but I have a button battery. So, first one to say positive or negative. Go. Jason says negative. Right. So Jason's negative. Dan is positive. Are we ready? Right. Oh, hang on. Dropped it. Hang on. Try again. Ready? Negative. There you go. Congratulations, Jason. You have just won a old Triang B12, which I have lovingly restored. There you go. Congratulations. Right, now then, with the issues that we're all having with parceling and everything else right now, fix. No, it wasn't a fix, honestly. Genuinely was not a fix. I didn't do it slow enough for it to be a fix. But yes, Jason, well done. How do you want it, my friend? Do you want me to drop it off to you at some time in the future, or do you want me to post it to you? Let me know. How's it a fix, Jason? You won, lol. That's very true. I don't know. Jason, just out of a matter of interest, have you seen the outtakes video yet? I know you've seen the outtakes video that I sent you, but have you seen the one that I posted on here tonight? Your choice, kettle's always on. Oh dear. Best out of 1001. Get off, Aaron. I'm not flipping the blooming battery 1001 times. Only what you sent me. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Jason, I might have done this. Oh dear. You've got you've got a particular somebody to blame for that one, and it's not me. you can blame Stuart on that one. Oh dear. Actually, it wasn't John Travolta. Actually, it was the Pet Shop Boys. I was very well intoxicated. Well, we could see that, Jason. You looked very intoxicated. You looked like you was enjoying your birthday a little bit too much. Oh, hello, Richard. Didn't realise you was in. Hello, mate. How are you? He's got good moves like Jack. I tell you what, Anthony, joking apart, he actually has got good moves, to be fair. He can dance better than I can. I can do sitting down dad dancing. Dearie me. He's got moves like Jagger, as I said. Coming soon to Crew 2025, the dancing exhibitionist. I would have actually said dancing queen, but there we go. Caught on Rachel Cam. Absolutely timber. Well, that ain't dirty dancing, says Paul. No, it isn't. I snuck in 15 minutes ago. I just said hello, Richard. It was lovely to meet you, actually. It's Crew. But anyway, at least he has his clothes on. This is very true, Raymond. That's what happens when Barnesford Junction has too much Baileys. That's very true. We all know that Jason loves his Baileys. Oh dear. To everyone's relief. Yeah. I tell you what, if I'd seen Jason dancing around naked, I'd be saying, "Oh, my eyes, please, burn out my eyes." Because that's something you cannot not see. Oh dear, it's an exhibition, so I had to call an exhibitionist. So it fits, lol. Queen, on the other hand, March, lol. Well, Queen, yeah. Never had any Baileys last night. 6 pints of cause was to blame. Right, okay. Cause. Shut up. Should we call you Jason Van Damme then? Didn't he do the advert for the Cause beer? Can't remember now. Meow. Thought I heard cat. Yeah, you did actually. Come here, Walker. Come here. Say hello to everybody, Walker. Hello. This is Walker. Yeah, beautiful cat you are. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. There you go. You're alive on YouTube. Your brother's been on here, but you haven't. And when Gus behaves himself, I might bring him up as well one day. But at the moment, I'm still trying to toilet train him. Get in there, though. Get in there. He pooed on the mat. Anyway, there was a lot of Cause Light commercials with a train. In fact, Lionel made a no gauge version of it. Ah, right, okay, something wrong with that pup. Oh dear, no, Tom, I have 2 cats and 1 pup. I did have 3, but we won't go into that. Hi, Walker looks like our cat Vinny. Does it really, John? How can you celebrate that, Vince Central, about a poo on a mat? Well, it's better than pooing on the floor or pooing on or anywhere else, but he pooed on his puppy pad. And me and my wife were very overjoyed. Walker looking around and going, "Who, man? How dare you buy all this? You need to feed me treats." Oh no, flickering. Uh-oh, Flymo. Have you got a log burner? Have you, Flymo? If so, get that lit now, quick, before the lights go out. Walker's hiding in the train room. Walker usually is hiding in the train room somewhere. He's usually underneath it somewhere out the way. But he's not like Jess though. Captain Static's Jess. Captain Static's Jess likes chewing wires. What's your other cat called, Brian? And how's your pup doing? Right, John. My other cat's name is Smudge. He's around it. He's just jumped in. Must have heard his name. Come here, Smudge. Smudge, come here. The puppy's name is Gus. He is a. Oh, come here, boy. Most people have already met Smudge, but here's Smudge. Say hello, Smudge. Hello. Gus is a miniature dash hound. Is Gus, and you've seen a picture of him on the screen saver just now. That was when he was about 7 weeks old, I think it was, just before we were allowed to have him. So there you go. So you've met both boys now. God blimey, I tell you what, 5 kilos. He weighs something. He does, and he's not a fat cat. Right, like an Egyptian. Is he called Walker because he walks? Actually, I think so. When they were both rescue cats, and when we had them, Smudge's name's called Spangle because Spangle apparently is an American sweet. I don't know. We never heard of this name before, so we decided to call him Smudge because of the smudge on his nose. And Walker's name stayed just Walker. That the place we got him from had named him Walker, and they literally named him Walker because he just liked walking around everywhere. So it stuck. Smudge was my last cat's name too. Oh, bless Flymo. Okay, Tim Surf, good evening, says Richard. Holly loves the look of Smudge. Looks the same. Oh, you know, when I was talking to you about Gus, well, it sounds like at the moment he's attacking my wife because I keep hearing "ow." I think I need to go and rescue her, to be honest. We had Spangles, Brian, WYB. Oh, right, okay, I didn't know that. Mine too. He had a smudge on his nose. Yeah. Walker, Texas Ranger. There we go, Mav. Right, everybody, it is getting very close to 8 o'clock now. I'm going to start wrapping things up now. My wife is being attacked by Gus, so I need to go and rescue my wife. I'm coming, Bab. Yeah, so I need to go and rescue her. Jason, well done. Congratulations for winning that locomotive. I will get that to you. Probably, can we say after Christmas? Is that okay? In the meantime, I'll look after it for now. Brian, are you aware your room's not dressed properly? You missing a crew poster. Well, to be kind of honest with you, as crew is not, 2 reasons actually. Crew's not till next year anyway, so I'll start sticking up posters for next year in the new year. And secondly, I'd forgotten to pick up a poster off Jason at the crew show, which I was highly annoyed about because I had the intention of getting some off him, but I forgot. So when I give this over to Jason, I'll get some flyers. I'll get one stuck up ready and any of the shows that I'm attending this year. Thanks for the waffle, Brian. Cheers. Good show, Brian. Thank you very much, Chris and Timber. Thanks for stream all. Night all. Yeah, okay. Swap a poster for a model train any day. Okay, everyone. Right. Thank you so much for joining in tonight. And I'm going to push this button just because I wanted to, and it's been here every weekend, but sadly, Lordell couldn't make it, but I'm going to do it anyway. There we go. That'll be something for him to giggle about when he sees the video later on. Anyway, everybody, take care, happy modelling, and have a great Christmas, and I will see you in the new year. Take these all, and goodbye for now. Bye.